That was nice. What's going on, guys? Aggronix. Welcome back to the ACL Season 3. Today we jump into our Week 3 game against Yami and the Miami... burp. HEATMORS. My HEATMORS. We are back. Alright, so we are playing Yami. I played my last game on, I think, the Friday last, so it's been about a week, 5 days since I've played a game, so I'm really looking forward to this one. He is a really, really good team. Or she. Oh, fuck. I don't know, actually. This person of non-distinguishable gender has a great team. Also, it's pretty, really funny. She has Clefable, Gengar, Vaporeon, Aerodactyl, Primate, Vileplume, Snorlax, Alakazam, Magneton, Golbat, and I'll scroll down a bit, Rhydon, and Charizard-x. Hopefully, yeah, you can see that. So, really, really cool team. Something that you might not notice upon first looking at it, because I didn't notice it until they said it to me, non-distinguishable gender. This is a Gen 1 team. I didn't even notice it. That's how you know your team is good. And also a meme. If your team is like, if they don't notice, that's great. Like, every mon here is Gen 1. Clefable, Gengar, Vaporeon, they're all Gen 1. Charizard-x is, I guess, technically Generation 6, the Mega Evolution. But Charizard itself is Gen 1, so that doesn't break the rule. So yeah, really, really cool team. I would say that every mon on this team is perfect except for Golbat. I think Golbat is a little bit redundant on their team, but I guess they wanted, like, a fighting resist, which it actually serves very, very well on this team because the only one they have is really Clefable, and obviously Gengar is there, but they're very sketchy about Gengar. You don't want to switch in Gengar and get the play wrong. So, yeah, yeah, really, really good team. I'm really looking forward to this game, and hopefully we come away with the win. It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be very, very tough. They are 1-1 plus or -2. So they're not a bad start at all. 1 win, 1 loss is really, really good going into the first 2 weeks. We, on the other hand, are 2-2, +10. So we're doing really, really well. Yami, once again, is not in our division, as the last 2 games haven't been as well. So again, a loss here isn't the end of the world. However, I would like to keep up a nice record going into the games with people in our division, meaning that if we lose to people in our division, it's not the end of the world. We still... you know, get away okay. I also realized recently, Saigai, I knew I played Saigai in the final week, but Saigai is also in our division. So that game might actually mean a whole load. Because we're in the same division, and we played each other the last week, that match might decide whether he or myself make playoffs. So that's going to be really, really sketchy. So let's jump into the team. So first off, we kick off with our star of the team, our captain. We have Blanca, the Tapu Koko, Tapunium Z, Electric Surge, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Grass Knot, and Nature's Madness. Now, straight up, Charizard-x is the biggest threat on his entire team. It is a humongous threat. And Tapu Koko is one of those mons. You'll notice I'm not bringing Mega Scizor because Mega Scizor, literally, there's nothing Scizor can do that can stop Charizard from setting up in front of it. Charizard-x comes in on Scizor, it gets a Dragon Dance, unless I was able to U-turn out on it as it switched in. But that would play in my mind way too much. And if something dies by Scizor and he goes on Charizard, that's terrifying. So I couldn't bring Scizor. I wasn't going to bring Tapu Koko until I realized I have nothing really for Vape if I don't bring Tapu Koko. I have nothing that outspeeds this entire team except for Aerodactyl, which Tapu Koko speed ties with, but I'm not going to speed creep it because I don't feel like Aerodactyl is that big a deal to my team. Is it? I mean, Gliscor's there, doesn't have Ice Fang. Does it have Ice Fang? Actually, does it? Ooh. Actually, I think it does have Ice Fang. Oh, it does. Okay, well, actually, yeah, I'm going to speed creep it. Fuck it. But yeah, so originally I wasn't going to be able to outspeed the whole team. Now I can. Now I speed creep with the fastest mon on his team was Aerodactyl. So we outspeed everything on his team bar speed tying with the Aerodactyl. So that's grand. We went fully special this week, not because I think special is better against his team, but it's just one of those things where I wanted to run Thunderbolt, I wanted to run Grass Knight, I wanted to run Nature's Madness, so I felt there's no reason to run U-turn. The only ground type on his team is Rhydon. So that's the only mon on his team that resists, or is immune, sorry, to Volt Switch. Meaning if I predict him coming in on a Grass Knot, his check to Thunderbolt is dead. Then I can Volt Switch freely. So I feel like it doesn't matter. The only other thing that I would have said about U-turn would have been nice is that we can U-turn on the Alakazam and it will do way more and bring it to a sash. But honestly, I don't feel like that's a huge contributing factor. Also, I really wanted to bring Scizor for the Alakazam to bullet punch it after its sash is broken, but again, Charizard was just too big of a threat. And again, actually, if you look at his team, Scizor's great against his team. Clefable, Gengar, Vaporeon, Aerodactyl, it matches up pretty well against all of those. You know, it can take hit from any one of them, U-turn and bullet punch out, stuff like that. and Magneton as well. Another thing, Magneton Magnet pull with Hidden Power Fire, I think is a very, very big possibility. So I'm hoping he actually overpreps for Scizor, because I feel like Scizor is actually really good against his team. So he might not even, you know, he might not bring Mons like Clefable on in fear of it. But anyway, that's Tapu Koko. Then making their debut, I think we've used every Mon on the bench. So for except for Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan hasn't come yet. But Tornadus is the only member of the original team that wasn't used yet, and now he is. Week 3, Tempest is here. Citrus Berry Prankster with Acrobatic, Superpower, Bulk Up, and Tailwind. A lot of things going on with this set. Bulk Up's very, very good against this team. If I bulk up once, I can set up on things like the Primeape, I can set up on the Charizard, I can set up on the Rhydon, take that back. Set up on the Snorlax, a lot of things. Also, Tornadus is naturally bulky enough to just take a hit from Clefable if it has it, take it from Vaporeon as long as it doesn't burn me. Stuff like that. So it's really, really good, really, really good. Tailwind is also nice because if Tornadus doesn't get the bulk up, doesn't do any of that, I can just Tailwind and make sure I don't get swept by Charizard, or make Mons like kommo-o like way more threatening and dangerous. I have Dragon Dance kommo-o coming up in a second. If I get a Tailwind up, I don't need that. You know, Dragon Dance is really there for the speed rather than the attack, even though the attack is nice. That's why I'm not running like Autotomize. But the speed, if I get up the speed and Stealth Rocks are up and his team's whittled down, kommo-o can really do a lot of work, which is great. So yeah, Acrobatic Superpower really rips through his team. There's no Mon on his team that resists both, I believe. I'm trying to look at it now. Yeah, no Mon on his team resists both attacks. And the only Mons that resisted are Aerodactyl, Magneton, and Rhydon. Magneton and Rhydon are weak to Superpower. Aerodactyl is not. I'm not sure if you bring Aerodactyl. I don't know. I mean, he might. But Scizor just kind of bullet punches. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have Chieftain the kommo-o. Last week he was defensive and it's turned a very, very good pivot into stuff like Chansey. This week, fully offensive. Lumberry Bulletproof with Dragon Claw, Close Combat, Iron Head, and Dragon Dance. Bulletproof is just there so we can switch into Choice Specs, Gengar, Shadow Ball, which would be awesome. If we know the Gengar is scarce for Specs and we switch it in on a Shadow Ball, obviously because of Bulletproof, he can't touch us. We're immune to Shadow Ball. Meaning that if we get a Dragon Dance up on the Gengar as he switches out, it might just be game over. That's all really, really awesome. Dragon Claw Close Combat hits his entire team really except for the Clefable. I think we pretty much hit everything else. Yeah, we hit everything else really. Iron Head is just there for the Clefable. Now, I'm running Iron Head for 2 reasons. 1, because I can get the flinch. Not gonna lie, I can get the flinch. 2, if he's Magic Guard, Poison Jab won't be able to poison anyway. So, you know, it's one of those things. I am technically being a little bit cheeky. I am running Iron Head for the flinch, but I'm hoping that doesn't come into play. Really, I just wanted an attack that could be able to hit Clefable very, very well, but I feel like Poison Jab is useless because if he's Magic Guard, I can't poison him anyway. So, yeah. Also, Iron Head can flinch the Aerodactyl, which is cool. And just do stuff like that. So, it also hits Rhydon super effectively, which I don't have to go for close combat and lower my stats. So, yeah. Then we have Shadow Play, the Persian Alolan form. Leftovers Fur Coat with Foul Play, Gunk Shot, Toxic, and Parting Shot. Foul Play is really there, obviously, for the Charizard. Charizard cannot really set up on Persian as long as I have Foul Play, and he really, I mean, if he gets up to +1, I think we do 60%, which is a huge amount of damage, especially after Rocks. He'd be at 15%, and then, you know, and we are switching to Charizard is great. Actually, sorry, we have another member that didn't debut yet, who's also on this team, so you'll see in a second, but, yeah, Shadow Play is really, really good. It outspeeds, everything but 2 Mons. It doesn't outspeed Alakazam or Aerodactyl. However, it's Fur Coat, which means it eats most hits from Aerodactyl anyway. And because of the Dark typing, we take on Alakazam very, very well as well. Parting Shot is really, really nice for his team. It means that kommo-o can be really, really effective with Dragon Dance. That's why I have them put together here on the screen, because I feel like these two are a core. The same way Tapu Koko and Tornadus are a fast offensive core. Persian is a support core for kommo-o, and then the last 2 Mons are a defensive core. Basically meant to work together very, very well. I love Persian the set. The Tech Toxic is just there for stuff like the Vaporeon. I didn't feel like Taunt was really necessary. But actually, maybe I should go Taunt, because Toxic was there because I didn't have kommo-o. Or sorry, Tapu Koko. But what would I Toxic on his team? Snorlax would just rest. Rhydon, my switch-ins to it are Gliscor, which is really, really easy to switch into. By the way, Rhydon does get Ice Punch, right? Rhydon surely gets Ice Punch. It does, yeah. So I just have to be careful about that. See, it's weird to predict his team as well because he could bring a lot of different things, you know. I might bring Taunt instead, actually, instead of Toxic, because what am I going to Toxic in his team? But Fable could be Magic Air. Vaporeon, again, it dies to Tapu Koko every time. I'm going to change this to Taunt, actually. I'm going to change this to Taunt. That might come back to bite me, because I remember last week I was really angry that I didn't have Toxic with the Cofagrigus, but in the end we were able to overpower that, so hopefully it's the same thing with the Rhydon. But honestly, I'm not too afraid of the Rhydon, simply because of the mons that we have. The final core making his debut, we have Dwayne the Regirock. Obviously he's not gender, but you can get the gist, he's male because his name was Dwayne. Leftover Sturdy with Stone Edge, Drain Punch, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. I will run Toxic on Regirock, so you know what, it's fine. Physically defensive here at 152 in defense. This thing is a great check to Charizard. A +3 Charizard's Earthquake never kills Regirock, which is awesome. Straight up, never kills. Stone Edge always kills, unless he's like Will-O-Wisp. But if he's Will-O-Wisp Dragon Dance, then he doesn't have Roost, which means he's very, very quick to whittle down. If he has Will-O-Wisp, Roost, no Dragon Dance, then Tornadus just comes in and just kind of stops it. So it's not really that big. It actually doesn't kill Gliscor then, because it can't burn me because Toxic Orb and it can't set up on me. So there's a lot of things here with this set. I think Charizard has to come, but it's also kind of struggles against my defensive mons. But anyway. Stone Edge Drain Punch its entire team for pretty good damage. The only mon that really doesn't care about either is, I guess, the Primeape, really, because it resists Stone Edge. It's not super effective with Drain Punch. But we hit the Rhydon with the Drain Punch. We hit the Magneton with Drain Punch, and we hit the and we hit everything else with Stone Edge, really. So I felt like to single out Primeape would be too much. Also, Primeape is a very, very easy switch into Gliscor, which is awesome. Stealth Rock is there because Stealth Rocks are very, very key to wielding down his team. Defensive mons like Vaporeon, Aerodactyl, well, not Aerodactyl, but defensive mons like Vaporeon and Clef. I think Clef will be unaware, but it could be Magic Guard. If so, it's not really a big issue. But we'll know, actually. That's what it'll tell us. Go back, go get whittled down. Magneton can't Volt Switch for completely free. Even though it resists Stealth Rock, it will still take Chip, which is great. Primeape is the same, it can't U-turn for free. As you know, it does resist Stealth Rock, but any chip is good chip. And the big one is the Charizard, being able to whittle that thing down to put in range of Stone Edge from Regirock, which I think is very, very low. But if he's like physically defensive, I think Stone Edge is like 80%, which after Stealth Rocks is an immediate OHKO, so it's great. Then Ganja, the Gliscor, Toxic Orb, Poison Heal with Earthquake, U-turn, Taunt, and Defog. Gliscor's been a lot of fun to use this season. I didn't think I'd be bringing it every week so far. I guess I didn't bring it week 1 because I bring Gliga, his little brother, but I have really, really enjoyed using Gliscor. I didn't think I'd bring it every week, but it's just so reliable, especially with Scizor in the back. You know, do you bring Hidden Power Fire or do you bring Hidden Power Ice? You know, which do you prioritize? So it's really, really nice to have Gliscor on the squad. We're bringing Earthquake, U-turn. The only mons on the team that resists Earthquake are the Aerodactyl and the Golbat. And my switch into Aerodactyl is pretty much the Regirock. I don't really, Gliscor. I don't think he'll bring Aerodactyl. If he does, it makes it a little bit awkward to hit it with Gliscor. But I could take the hit with Gliscor, the U-turn, and then go on a kommo-o or Tapu Koko or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Daunt is there for the Snorlax. It's there for the Golbat. It's there for the Magneton, even if he wants to go for like Magnet Rise or something. I don't know. There for a lot of things. There for really, really a lot of things. And then Defog is there because I need Defog this week. So far, even though we dropped Tentacruel, which was our Rapid Spinner, we haven't really struggled too much with Haz removal at all. Scizor is usually our Defogger. The weeks that he isn't, Gliscor is. And the weeks that we don't have either, we can just throw on Tapu Koko or something like that. So yeah, that's the team. I'm just going to connect with him there. Whoops, sorry. On SD. So I just entered my name there. Really looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I think we can do it. I just need to import my team real quick. And let's get into it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Go Obama Snow. Just to set the standard set here. If I predict what he'd bring, I really couldn't. I think Gengar, has to come because it's very, very good offensively against my team. I don't have a good Ghost type switch in, I guess. I guess I kind of do. But I don't know. Ghost plus Poison kind of hits my team for pretty good damage. I don't know if they saw my message, but I'll assume they did. I think Snorlax has to come just as a sponge. It really does sponge up a lot of hits. I think Charizard has to come, so... Ooh, it's tough. I think Charizard Magneton's coming. 100%. I think those two are coming. I think Rhydon has to come for rocks. I think Vaporeon has to come. So Charizard, Rhydon, Magneton, Vaporeon. After that, I think Gengar is a possible bring. I think he could bring Alakazam. I think Clefable. Yeah, so there's a lot of possibilities. We were going to connect right now, but he actually just said he has to be back in 10 minutes. So I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to return when he is challenging me and we're in the battle. So, be right back. Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens. I am fairly nervous for this game, but I think if we play our cards right, we should be okay. So let's see what he brings. He does bring the Golbat, so... Okay, what is he missing? No Rhydon, which means that either Clefable has Stealth Rocks or he doesn't have Stealth Rock. I'm willing to guess. He doesn't have a Volt Switch resistance. Or immunity, sorry. He has 2 resistances in Charizard, 1 to Mega Evolves, and Magneton. So, good luck, have fun, Yami. Very, very excited for this one. I think it should be a really, really fun game. I'm just going to ignore spectators. I'm just going to keep him... whatever. I guess I'll drop this in the chat for people who are interested, I guess. I'm not one of those people who don't want people to watch their game, but I don't know if it really matters. Or if people really want to, but if they want to, I'll drop it there for me versus Yami right now. Just for people who are interested. So hopefully I am recording all good. Yes, I am. Leads. So, also didn't bring the Alakazam, which means Tornadus also outspeeds everything on his team bar Choice, Scarf, Gengar. I am feeling good about this one. I feel very, very confident about this game. We just need to make sure the Charizard doesn't get out of hand. So, I think I'm going to lead with Gliscor. Reason being is because if he leads with Magneton, I can find out what the story is with him. If he leads with Snorlax, Clefable, all of them, I could just taunt. If he leads with Charizard, I'm also fine. Unless he goes for Will-O-Wisp, but even then, like, we find out that he's not, you know, something else. I'm just going to put myself on Do Not Disturb on Discord. I think I'm going to leave with Gliscor, though. I think... See, Clefable could run Moonblast and an attack, which might be Ice Beam, but I think more than likely he'll bring Flamethrower to hit Scizor. I think that would be way more likely. I'm going to leave with Gliscor, so... He does lead with the Clefable, so we'll find out right off the bat if he has, you know, Ice Beam or anything like that. Even if he does have it, I'm pretty sure I live it. Even if he's an offensive Clefable, I'm pretty sure I live it. Magic Guard, Ice Beam. He could have knockoff, I guess, but that's unlikely. Ice Beam does 67. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that would absolutely O-come me. So if he has it, I mean, fair play. But I don't think he will. How much am I willing to get? How much am I willing to bet? I mean, offensive Clefable is actually decent against my team. So I'm just going to go for Taunt. Dazzling Gleam, so he is speedy, and he is offensive. So, wow. She's faster. Dazzling Gleam did... a lot. That's probably so that Moonblast and my kommo is immune to Moonblast. So Dazzling Gleam, he's definitely Life Orb. And he's, wait. So that was a max roll. But that's unfortunate. And he's speedy as well, which means he'll do, I'll do a lot of them. I think I need to U-turn as much as I want to go straight into Tapu Koko. Because I think that is my play. I could also go Tornadus, but Tornadus is... not good for this. I could just go for a Volt Switch and then come back into this Clefable is actually a little bit of a problem. I need to keep Gliscor around because I need to have a Mon that prevents the Magneton from Volt Switching freely. You got a max roll, which is unfortunate. Tapu Koko comes in. How much am I doing? Not doing that much, honestly. This thing is actually a bit of a problem. If I go on a Regirock, how much am I doing? How much am I taking, sorry? About the same as your boy Gliscor. But I have to U-turn. Do I? Or do I just keep Gliscor low and fuck it? This is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna go for U-turn, and then go into Tapu Koko and click Thunderbolt, I think. I'm gonna go for U-turn. Does a Glassing Beam again. We do live it. He does a little bit less. We get the U-turn off. That's very, very unfortunate first 2 turns, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go with Tapu Koko for sure. And like I said, he has no Mon on his team that is immune to Volt Switch. I could click Grass or Volt Switch right here. He's definitely Life Orb. He's definitely the offensive set. So Tapu Koko, how much are you taking if I click Thunderbolt? I think it's minus 5% likely that he stays in right here. But I can't kill him, so he might. This fucking bitch Clefable is actually a problem. I'm actually very, very upset that I... Ugh, that's annoying. How much am I doing with a... Oh my god, I do a lot to Magneton if he is not Eviolite, but I think he will be. If I go for Thunderbolt though and he stays in, or he goes into Magneton, then I have to Volt Switch, and then he kind of gets a free... He gets either a free Volt Switch, unless I go Gliscor, or he gets to go for Flash Cannon and kill something anyway. So I think I have to click Volt Switch and predict him to switch out. I could also click Guardian of Alola, which brings this thing down really, really low, or it brings the Magneton really, really low. And then I get the Volt Switch. Do I do that? I could do that. If he goes Snorlax, I'll also do that a lot to him as well. I'm going to go for Guardian of Alola. He does withdraw on a Snorlax. So, I mean, I guess we'll get rid of the Snorlax. I mean, pretty much guaranteed, unless he's... No leftovers. If he's Scarf, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go for Volt Switch, and I'm going to, I think, kill the Snorlax. Oh! We don't. Is that a problem? Do I go Gliscor or do I go Regirock? He probably clicks Earthquake, but he might not have Earthquake. He might just have Body Slam, which in that case, Regirock is the right play. He's Assault Vest for sure. That's like 100% Assault Vest, so he's definitely attacking right here. So I'm going to go into Regirock. Body Slam. Don't para. Doesn't para, which means we outspeed this thing. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to get up my rocks. Because I can. If he goes Clef, that's fine. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. Rocks are very, very valuable. And if he switches out, the Snorlax dies as well. So that means that he can't come back in. So he does go into the Golbat, which is interesting. So, this is an interesting situation we have ourselves in. I think he's going to defog for sure. So I could go into Gliscor and get some poison recovery, which I really, really want to. But I can't really hit him, which is a problem. Tapu Koko seems like a perfectly fine play to me. I don't have any electric terrain though once I switch in. So I think I'm going to wait like maybe one more turn. Or I could go Persian and Parting Shot out and then maybe go in a Kommo. That sounds okay. Or I just go straight Tapu Koko anyway. Huh. I'm just going to click Stone Edge. I think I should do a lot. If he clicks Taunt, that's great. He goes for Toxic. Okay. We do land the Stone Edge. That does a lot of damage. And he's definitely going to click Roost right here. So I'm going to go into a Tapu Koko, get the terrain back up. So Gliscor would have been the right play, but I really thought he defogged. That's surprising to me. The thing is about Tapu Koko coming in here is that whatever he chooses to go for, unless he goes for Cross Poison, he fucking plays me. But I think that's unlikely. He might go for Double Toxic, but if he does, that means that I get a kill. Unless he switches out. Or sacks Snorlax, I guess. Which I guess in that situation would be very, very likely. I think he clicks Roost right here. There's not a doubt in my mind he clicks Roost. If he lives the Roost, if he lives the Volt Switch, then I go Gliscor and get some recovery. Start taunting him, and then just go for U-turn. Tapu Koko comes out. Goes for Roost. So, I guess that he lives. He does live. He does not live well, it's a roll with Thunderbolt. Volt Switch, he definitely lives. But I think he's going to go into Snorlax right here, which is completely fine with me. Although it would leave him a free switch in a Charizard, which would have to take 50% though, so that's kind of okay. I'm going to go for Roll Switch. He does go into Snorlax, so that's fine. Snorlax does die. I think that's Regirock's kill because it died to Stealth Rock. So if the Charizard comes in, that's fine. It has to take 50%, and then I'm going to go for Volt Switch. And unfortunately, Regirock, like I said, is toxic, but it's so bulky still, it doesn't really matter. The Clefable is scaring me, though. I'm not going to lie, the Clefable is scaring me. Because he's Magic Guard, that means that once kommo-o sets up, if I get to +1 and the Gengar isn't Scarf, it's over. So Gengar does come out. So this is surely Scarf. Surely Scarf. He's going to go for Sludge Wave. I think... Now... Persian, I do want to go on a Persian. However, if he... I think Gengar might still 2-hit KO Persian. Even a Scarf set. Monotype Choice Scarf Attacker. Sludge Wave. Yeah, it's still 2-hit KOs. I think... Oh, I hate to do this, but I think I have to sack Gliscor. Or I go Regirock. But if Regirock dies, that means my switch-ins to Charizard are no more. Although I guess I still have Persian. But this thing is 100% Scarf. It has to be. He wouldn't bring this in on Tapu Koko. I'm not even going to check if he kills Tapu Koko with Sludge Wave. I know he does. So I could sack Gliscor. And then go Regirock. And then go for Stone Edge. But then he gets to go Magnet. That's the problem. I could go Regirock. And Regirock would take a lot of chip. Do I want that? Sludge Wave does very, very little. Does very, very little. But I wouldn't get that health back because of the Toxic. Does Gliscor live a Sludge Wave? It never does. Yeah, this is a situation. This is a problem. I definitely need to keep Tapu Koko around because it rips apart the Golbat and the Clefable and the things. So... I could sack Gliscor and then go kommo-o. But if you Scarf, it doesn't matter. Fuck, this is a really, really weird spot. I know he's Scarf, I sack Gliscor, or I go Regirock. See, the problem is if he Focus Blast, I go Regirock. Or he Shadow Balls, then I'm fucked. If he goes Shadow Ball, then I get to go into the kommo-o. I'm gonna sack Gliscor. If Gliscor lives, then that's great. It's whatever. But I'm... Shadow Ball? Sludge Wave, yeah, he just killed me. Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, I had to make that play. Now, I can go... What do I do? I could go Persian. Persian is now a pretty safe play, even though the problem is he's still... I don't think... Foul Play... Oh, actually, Foul Play might kill him. Or I could go for a Parting Shot and then go into kommo-o. That sounds good. And his switch into Persian is Clefable. So then I would get the momentum anyway. -1. He's not doing that much. I get the Dragon Dance. And then I get the +2 on him. And I outspeed him and kill him. Magic Air Clefable means he doesn't resist that. I'm going to go Persian. If he stays in, then he's going for a Focus Blast. Or a Sludge Wave. Oh, and he's Scarf. If he switches out, then he's going into Clefable, which means I want a Parting Shot anyway. So I'm going to go for Parting Shot. And... yes. He does go Magneton, actually. Okay, so that's cool. That's interesting. I think I still go... kommo-o. Does Bulletproof... Is Bulletproof immune to... that? I don't know. So if he has a -1, flash counter does nothing if he specs. I get to +2 on him. 100%. Unless he goes straight back into Gengar, which he could absolutely do. But he'd have to go for Dazzling Gleam to kill me. And would a Dazzling Gleam... I mean, I'm sure Dazzling Gleam would easily kill me. But he'd have to have it. Would he have it? I don't know. Dazzling Gleam always kills me. I'm gonna go... I mean, I have to go kommo-o. There's no two ways about it. I have to go kommo-o, for sure. It's whether I Dragon Dance, though. I could predict him to go Gengar and go for Dragon Claw. I outspeed this thing if he's not Scarf. If he is Scarf, he does nothing to me. If I Dragon Dance right now and he doesn't go Gengar, and he goes Clefable, I kill the Clefable. Because Clefable is Magic Guard. +1 Iron Head to a offensive set. Easily kills. Yeah, without question. 80... it does 99 min and he's at 90%. I'm going to go for Dragon Dance. If he goes straight to Charizard, that's great. If he goes straight into Golbat, that's great. I'm going to go for Dragon Dance. He does stay in. Volt Switch. Thunder Wave. Ooh, that's bad. Lumberry, I forgot about that. That's good. Alright, so... rush of emotions. So he's not... Assault Vest, of course. But okay, that's not newsflash. I think I have to go for a close combat, unfortunately. God, I wish I had Earthquake right now. Do you even get Earthquake? You do. God, I wish I had Earthquake, because Earthquake is an easy click right here. If he goes Clefable, that's fine. If he goes Gengar, it's fine. If he stays in, it's fine. I have to click close combat. If he switches into Gengar... The thing is, Gengar might not actually be Specs, or Scarf. We're assuming it is, but it might not be. I'm gonna have to go for close combat. I have no choice about it. He is not Scarf. He does stay in. Magneton drops. That's great for Tapu Koko. There's no mon on his team that resists Tapu Koko except for a Mega Charizard. I assume Gengar comes back in. He goes Clefable. Oh! It's not Magic Guard. So how is he doing so much? How much did he do to... Is he Specs? Ooh, he might be Specs, actually. He's unaware. He took Rocks damage. He did 44% to Gliscor. But I just assumed that was Life Orb. But he could also be well, Dazzling Gleam. He went for Dazzling Gleam. He did 43%. It's possible. He actually might have got a low roll. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. He, what if he's max HP? No, he outsped Gliscor. He's max speed. Kommo-o, he is unaware, though. So with no bulk, he does live in Iron Head. I could go for the flinch. I could just try to get as much damage off on this thing as possible and then go into, Tornadus. Do some things. I mean, there's a chance I kill him. I'm not going for that chance, but there's a chance I flinch him. But there's also the chance that I just do a lot of damage to him, which I will. I'll do a lot of damage to him. And I think I want that damage, honestly. Because Clefable is annoying to my team. I kill him, then I go Tornadus. Because I have no switch into this thing. I don't. I have to go for Iron Head. I have to just kill this thing. I have to just attack this thing. We don't kill... We do flinch. That sucks. I'm very sorry about that, dude. I had it so that I could flinch. Sorry, dude. That's really unfortunate. I went for the move because I needed damage off on this thing. That kind of screams to me that the Gengar isn't Scarf. He goes Golbat. So what? Toxic? Wow, I do nothing in this thing. Brave Bird, possibly. I mean, Brave Bird will kill me because of the stat drops. Do I care? Do I just get damage off, or do I recover? I mean, 2 Dragon Claws kill him, so if he Toxics, I actually kill him. If he's not max bulk, so I'm just gonna go for Dragon Claw. I wish I'd Outrage right now, but what can you do? We do over half, he goes for Roost. I'm gonna go for Dragon Claw again. Heat Wave. No burn, so he did not. So he does not have Brave Bird. Ah, I should have Dragon Danced. Charizard comes out. He does not have to Mega first turn, but I believe a Dragon Claw will still kill him. If he does Mega, he definitely dies. Charizard does die. Gengar. I assume this thing is Scarf. He is Scarf. He is Scarf. But wow. Okay. Wow. He see, he had Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave would have probably killed me. Maybe not, but I mean, it would have been an option. It would have put me in range of other things, maybe. I don't know. Sludge Wave at -1 defense, special defense. It wouldn't have killed me, but I'm conflicted about that game. That was a weird game. What did Gengar have moveset? What did he have? Do you have Dazzling Gleam? Because if he had Dazzling Gleam, he would have killed me. He had Sludge Wave, so I mean, he would have not killed me anyway. But so I guess, yeah, Dragon Dancing was the right play for sure. Even if he was Specs, he had to have Dazzling Gleam, and if he didn't, then I guess it didn't really matter. Shadow Ball obviously wouldn't have done anything because it was bulletproof. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Toxic, and Bar Fire. Yeah, see, he didn't have Dazzling Gleam. So, and again, Hinbar Fire was there for the Scizor, so that's what Scizor does. Even when it doesn't come, it makes a huge impact on the prep. Clefable was amazing. That offensive Clefable really fucked with me. Was Clefable Specs? Was Clef Specs? I assume it wasn't because you don't run a Specs Clef, but it might have been. Because it was fast enough to outspeed Gliscor, which is amazing. Wow, it was. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. The Specs Clef really threw me off guard. Forced me to sack Gliscor early. He went for a Sludge Wave on Gliscor, which means sacking Gliscor was the right play. I knew kommo-o was good against his team, but I didn't think it would do that. Offensive Clefable. He's saying that Clefable was good in theory. I think it was actually very good. It really made me shit myself. But at the same time, defensive Clefable wouldn't have allowed me to sweep. However, at the same time, he still got flinched anyway. So would it have mattered? I don't know. I'm very sorry about the flinch. It would have been a much closer game because I would have brought Clefable down very low. He would have had Golbat, Gengar, Clef, and Charizard left, and then I would have had to maybe Tailwind with Tornadus, get Tapu Koko in, start doing some work, but the Charizard was always there. I had Foul Play with a Persian that was still at full. A lot of questions that will never get answered. Obviously, Theory Modding isn't cool because obviously you're not taking into account everything. But yeah, we get a 5-0. We get a 5-0 in week 3, so we're doing very well. We are now 3-0 with a positive 15 record, I believe, which is insane. Insane. We are 3 points off the maximum you can have after 3 weeks. The best possible is 3-0 plus 18. We're 3-0 plus 15, so that's insane. It's insane. So if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to slam the like button down below first and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. Versus Yami. Yeah, very weird game. Yami didn't play badly at all. I feel like not going into what's it called? Gengar was a mistake, but at the same time, he didn't have Dazzling Gleam. So you know what? Dragon Dancing with Kommo was the right play. The flinch on the Clef was a big deal. It definitely changed the course of the game completely. But yeah, what can you do? What can you do? If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to slam like button below first. I'm gonna go drink some Pepsi. I'm gonna chill out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.